Hello, I am Jay, and I welcome you to the sleep stories of Level SuperMind. Ramayana, or Ramayanam, is the first epic poem of India, which describes the life of the great hero, Lord Shri Ram, in detail. In the word Ramayanam, two words are combined: Ram and Ayanam. Ayanam means path or way. So the meaning of Ramayanam is the path or the complete history of Lord Shri Ram's life. In today's story, we delve into the inspiration behind sage Valmiki's creation of Ramayana, the first epic poem of India, and the birth of the hero of the Ishwaku dynasty, Lord Shri Ram. But before we begin the story, turn off all the lights in your room and lie down comfortably on your bed. You can even lie down in Shavasana if you like. That means keeping your hands a little away from your body and palms facing up towards the ceiling. Maintain some distance between both legs as well, and gently close your eyes. Now, let your body go completely loose. Bring all attention towards your breath. Take some deep breaths. And while exhaling, bring a gentle smile to your lips. Feel all that tension in your mind and body melting away. So let's begin this story with a verse from the Ram Raksha Stotra. Shri Ram Ram Raghunandan Ram Ram Shri Ram Ram Bharatagraj Ram Ram Shri Ram Ram Ranakarkash Ram Ram Shri Ram Ram Sharanam Bhav Ram Ram. In the Treta Yuga, there lived a great sage named Valmiki. Once, a thought was lingering on his mind. Is there any great personality in the entire world who is the ocean of all prosperity, who is the most cultured, knowledgeable, powerful, who is of high intellect and truthful, whose character is flawless, who is the most handsome, and who has conquered lust, anger, and has control over his senses? Is there such a great person anywhere? At that moment, the celestial sage Narad Muni appeared before him, chanting, Narayan, Narayan. Sage Valmiki became extremely happy after seeing the celestial sage. He respectfully worshipped Narad Muni and spoke to him with great reverence. Knowing Valmiki's state of mind, Narad told him, O revered sage, Shri Ram, the son of King Dashrath, from the Ishwaku dynasty, possesses all the virtues you have mentioned. A perfect man like him has never existed before, and perhaps will never exist again. He is the epitome of virtue and righteousness. He is known as Maryada Purushottam. Then sage Narad narrated the story of Lord Shri Ram's virtuous life to sage Valmiki. This narrative is also known as the Sankshipt Ramayana or the concise Ramayana. After recounting the tale of Lord Shri Ram, sage Narad departed. Immersed in contemplation about Shri Ram and his story, sage Valmiki and his disciple Bharadwaj went to the banks of the Tamas river. Valmiki's thoughts about Lord Ram were taken over by the beautiful environment. The breeze was cold yet warm, and the water reflected the vast expanse of the sky. At that moment, sage Valmiki's gaze fell upon a pair of loving cranes who were engrossed in their play. Watching them, Valmiki couldn't help but smile. A state of bliss enveloped this region. As sage Valmiki was about to relax, an arrow passed by him, hitting the male crane. A hunter had entered the banks. Looking at the loss of her mate, the female crane started wailing. The blissful banks became tense, with animals flying or running back to their homes. Sage Valmiki couldn't bear the pain of the female crane that kept wailing. He became extremely enraged and cursed the hunter in a fit of anger. "O killer of innocent birds, for this heinous act, you shall not find peace and satisfaction for an eternity." As soon as he uttered the curse, Valmiki felt sorrow for giving into anger. Despite being knowledgeable, he couldn't control his anger. This realization led to a deep sense of guilt. With a heavy heart, he returned to his ashram. The words of the curse kept repeating in his mind. In the end, he had no right to interfere with the balance of the bhutas or elements. A thought occurred to him as he replayed his curse. He noticed that the curse had taken the form of poetic verses. He shared his revelation with his disciple Bharadwaj. At this moment, Lord Brahma, the first being in the universe, appeared before him. Valmiki respectfully greeted and worshipped Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma said to sage Valmiki, "Dear Valmiki, please abandon this grief and agitation in your mind. You are not at fault in this matter. I orchestrated this entire play so the poignant verses would emerge from your mouth. Now, your life's purpose is to compose the complete story of Lord Shri Ram's life in these poetic verses. With my blessings, all the episodes of Lord Shri Ram's life will be vividly imprinted in your mind. Create this epic based on Shri Ram's life as the world needs this." Saying this, Lord Brahma sat on his swan and departed. Then sage Valmiki began composing the Ramayana. He worked relentlessly, day and night, to bring the Ramayana to life. Gradually, he completed the creation of this epic with 24,000 verses. After completing this epic, Valmiki pondered on how to impart the teachings of this poem to someone who could memorize it and spread its message worldwide. At that moment, his disciples Love and Kush appeared. They looked like young sages but were, in fact, the sons of Lord Shri Ram and Sita. Bound by duty, Lord Shri Ram abandoned an expecting Sita. Understanding her predicament, Valmiki provided refuge in his ashram, where she gave birth to the twins, Love and Kush. Valmiki accepted Love and Kush as his disciples. He was well aware of their virtues, so he decided to teach the story of the Ramayana first to Love and Kush. Love and Kush with great skill, studied and memorized the Ramayana. They traveled from place to place, narrating the story of Lord Shri Ram to everyone. One day, while sharing the story, they reached Ayodhya. Lord Shri Ram saw them in the guise of sages and invited them to the royal court. He requested them to sing the narrative of the epic in front of everyone present in the court. Love and Kush did not know that Shri Ram was their father. Similarly, Shri Ram was also unaware that these divine boys were his own sons. In the royal court of Ayodhya, Guru Vasisht, Mata Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, Lakshman, Bharat, and other prominent figures were present. Love greeted everyone present there and said, "We offer our humble salutations to Lord Shri Ram. It's our great fortune that today we stand before this esteemed king to narrate the story of his life. All the respected and revered individuals, we request you to grant us the permission to start this sacred narrative." All those present in the assembly were eager to hear the divine tale from these young boys. They immediately requested Love and Kush to begin their narration. Love and Kush started their story. "Listen, everyone. On the banks of the river Sharayu, there was a great kingdom named Kosal. The kingdom was very beautiful, surrounded by lush greenery on all sides. In this kingdom was a famous city called Ayodhya. The city was built by Vaivaswat Manu, who governed over the entire human race. Ayodhya was, and even now, is nothing less than a dream. The city was named Ayodhya, or that which has never been defeated in battle. The city of Ayodhya was very large and incredibly beautiful. It was 96 miles long and 24 miles wide. Its majestic city gates were made of marble and adorned with gold, diamonds, and pearls. All the houses in the city were very beautiful and attractive. The streets were long, wide, and clean. The roads were always sprinkled with scented water. On both sides of the roads, there were large trees that were always full of flowers and fruits. In the city, there were beautiful gardens, ponds, and fountains scattered throughout. In the intense sunlight, the cool water from the fountains scattered throughout the city, providing relief and comfort to travelers. Love and Kush continued as the court perked up with pride for their city. The markets were filled with various shops selling diverse items. Everything was always in abundance as merchants from other kingdoms frequently visited Ayodhya for trade. Prosperity abounded in all directions and the residents of Ayodhya were content. Our king Dashrath of the Ishwaku dynasty was an immensely powerful, just and skilled ruler. He always prioritized his kingdom and subjects. He made sure joy enveloped Ayodhya from every direction. But there was an emptiness in King Dashrath's life. He had not yet been blessed with children. King Dashrath and his three queens, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi, eagerly wished for the happiness of parenthood, and the beautiful city of Ayodhya awaited an heir. After thinking a lot about the absence of children in his life, King Dashrath thought of performing a Yagna for the sake of having a son. He summoned all the great royal priests, including Guru Vasisht, for a discussion on this matter. After receiving the king's invitation, Brahma Rishi Vashishta, sage Vamdev, and other priests arrived. The king expressed his sorrow in front of everyone and requested their advice. Everyone liked the idea of a Yagna. Brahma Rishi Vashishta suggested performing an Ashwamedha Yagna conducted by the great sage Rishyashringa. During that era, the Ashwamedha Yagna held significant importance as a potent ritual. In this ceremony, a robust and healthy horse was revered and released to wander freely. A huge army accompanied the horse. Wherever the horse roamed, the kingdom of the king conducting the Yagna would be established in that region. Any king unwilling to acknowledge this had to battle with the army. After traversing and exploring different territories, when the horse returned to its kingdom, ritualistic worship was conducted, and the horse was ceremoniously sacrificed. The sacred offerings in the Yagna fire resulted in the immediate rebirth of the horse that was sacrificed. Following the orders of Guru Vashishta, King Dashrath set out towards the kingdom of Maharaj Rompad to invite Rishi Rishyashringa to Ayodhya. Rishyashringa was the son-in-law of King Rompad of Anga. King Rompad was also a dear friend of King Dashrath. Sage Vashishta, with his divine powers, could see the relationship between Shri Ram and love and Kush. But he did not utter a word. A deep sense of respect for the two young sages and Valmiki filled his mind. The court keeps looking at Lord Ram for his response, but he remains silent and stoic. Love and Kush continue, engrossing the courtroom of Ayodhya. The terror of Ravan was spreading across the three realms. He had enlisted the support of Rakshas, Danavs, Daityas, Pishchas, and Pretas worldwide by his tapa to Lord Shiva. He aspired to become the ruler of all three worlds, including Earth. For Ravan, committing heinous acts such as killing innocent people, consuming their flesh, troubling Brahmins, and violating the character of women had become a means of amusement. After a long penance to please Lord Brahma, Ravan had obtained a boon that no animals, birds, gods, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Kinnaras should be able to kill him. When seeking this boon, Ravan, driven by arrogance, omitted to mention the name of a human. He believed that a lowly creature like a human could never harm him in any way. The growing atrocities of Ravan worried all the celestial beings. They approached Lord Brahma to seek a solution to their concerns. He assured them that the right time has come. To eliminate Ravan, Lord Vishnu would incarnate on earth in the form of a human. After King Dashrath's Yagna, Lord Vishnu would incarnate as his son. Lord Brahma commanded all the gods to assist and participate in the divine play of this human incarnation on earth. He asked them to take birth in various forms such as monkeys, bears, and other human forms on earth. All the gods and goddesses were delighted to know this, and they descended to earth in different forms to fulfill their roles in this divine play. Meanwhile, King Dashrath arrived at the palace of his friend Rompad and requested him to send his son-in-law Rishi Rishyashringa and his daughter Shanta to Ayodhya. Interestingly, Rishyashringa was also King Dashrath's son-in-law. Several years ago, Due to Maharaj Rompad's inability to have children, King Dashrath gave his firstborn daughter, Shanta, to Rompad as an adopted child. After hearing his friend's plight, King Rompad promptly made all the arrangements to send his son-in-law, Rishi Rishyashringa, and his daughter Shanta to Ayodhya. Rishyashringa willingly granted permission for the Yagna. The three of them reached Ayodhya, and a grand Ashwamedha Yagna was organized. At an auspicious moment, the ritual of worshipping the horse was performed, and the horse was sent to roam in all directions. Eminent sages and monks from all over Bharat participated in this Yagna. The Yagna lasted for a year and concluded successfully. After the Ashwamedha Yagna, Rishyashringa advised King Dashrath to perform the Putra Kameshti Yagna. King Dashrath made all the arrangements for this Yagna. Rishyashringa and the other priests began chanting the Yagna mantra. King Dashrath sat in the Yagna with complete devotion. After a while, the flames of the Yagna manifested a divine figure. This divine being was exceptionally radiant and beautiful. He was adorned with exquisite jewelry, and he held a golden vessel in his hands. He said to King Dashrath, "O King, this vessel contains kheer in the form of a divine offering. Serve this kheer to your three queens in the proper proportion. After accepting this prasad, your three queens will give birth to divine sons." Saying this, the divine figure handed the vessel filled with kheer to King Dashrath. King Dashrath greeted the divine being with reverence, and the divine figure merged into the fire. King Dashrath gave half of the kheer to Queen Kaushalya, a quarter to Queen Sumitra, and an eighth portion to Queen Kaikeyi. After contemplating, he decided to give the remaining portion to Queen Sumitra again. After consuming the kheer, all three queens experienced a divine sensation within their wombs. After completing the rituals, all the sages, Rishyashringa and Shanta, returned to their abodes. After 12 months, Queen Kaushalya gave birth to a radiant baby boy on the 9th day of Chaitra. The baby had a beautiful dark blue complexion. The child's eyes were as beautiful as a lotus petal expressing love and compassion. All the gods and goddesses were extremely delighted to see this human form of Lord Vishnu. Apsaras began to dance. Gandharvas started singing. There was an atmosphere of joy all around. King Dashrath felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude and immense happiness upon seeing his firstborn son. Soon, Queen Kaikeyi also gave birth to a divine son. And then, Queen Sumitra gave birth to radiant twin sons. The news of the birth of the four princes spread throughout the city. Everyone in the city became extremely happy. The entire city was adorned with flowers, and the royal palace and every house in town were decorated. Fragrant water was sprinkled on all the streets, and colorful rangoli designs adorned the pathways. In every corner of the city, residents played drums and other musical instruments. They danced and sang cheerful songs. An invitation for a feast was extended to every citizen and visitor in the royal palace. Joy and happiness prevailed in every nook and corner. Brahma Rishi Vasishtha performed the naming ceremonies for the four princes. Kaushalya's son was named Ram. Kaikeyi's son was named Bharat. And Sumitra's sons were named Lakshman and Shatrughna. Lord Vishnu descended to earth as Lord Shri Ram to establish righteousness on earth, eradicate injustice, and teach moral values. The entire city of Ayodhya became blessed by witnessing the divine childhood of Lord Shri Ram. As Love and Kush paused, their eyes found Lord Ram, and they bowed deeply. Lord Ram smiled, showering blessings on them. This is the story of the birth of Lord Shri Ram. You can hear more about the tales related to Lord Shri Ram on Level SuperMind. If you still haven't fallen asleep, let's try a short sleep meditation. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath and exhale. Now, continue to breathe normally. If you feel tension in any part of your body, try to relax it. Now, for a deep and peaceful sleep, chant this mantra in your mind along with me. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Thank you for joining Level SuperMind. Good night.